Hello, Seattle, and welcome to the Jopra Show. I'm Joe Janot here on Alternative Talk, and we are live in studio on a Thursday. Beautiful sunny day here in Seattle, Washington, and we are living the dream, people, the dream. The dream. One, we got a healthy person in studio today. On the Town with Lisa is back from her 2 weeks of sickness. So she's feeling better, she's living large, and she's a little out of control. So it's going to be a good day with Lisa Martin. And, of course, my main man, Eric Brider, is in the house. Eric, good afternoon, my friend.
Joe.
How are you, my friend?
I'm feeling healthy. So
you look healthy.
It's good. Yeah.
You know, we have a few people here that are healthy. One, well, we don't know yet. But it is the Jopra Show. It is Thursday, and we are in full countdown mode. We got beast mode rolling. We got supersonic talk in the air. And then today we're going to talk restaurant drive. But, you know, Eric, I say this to you. I want to know, if I got you a Seahawks jersey.
Yeah.
What player would you want?
Any of them.
Oh, come on, Eric.
Yeah,
Give
I
me
can't
one.
pick a favorite.
Come on, Russell Wilson.
Sure.
Okay, you're being too easy. Lisa.
A lot of debate.
Lots of debate. Lisa,
there.
if you were going to wear a Seahawks jersey to bed,
yeah,
who would the player be?
I'm going Wilson.
RW.
Yep, I'm sticking with him.
If you're Russell Wilson right now, shouldn't you be
he
sponsored?
Wants the Lisa Martin jersey.
Shouldn't he want the Lisa Martin jersey?
He should.
Because, you know, go on a walk with you and Coco.
It would be a good time.
Right?
It would be a good
Rain
time,
or
fun
shine.
conversation.
But he's married. He's got a lady. Levi commercials. Didn't you see Levi commercial?
Maybe him and the lady and Coco can go for a nice walk.
You're just trading Coco out every day.
I will. It's a photo opportunity.
Oh, please. Here we go. Well, you know, I wanted to say something about what's going on. You know, in time in life, there's always those moments you think about. And I tell you, I think Seattle, the light is finally hitting us again. I think with the excitement in the air about the Seahawks, and then the buzz that went crazy yesterday about Ballmer and the Sonics, it just seemed like it was a good feeling. ESPN yesterday and today, they talked about the Seahawks and the Sonics not once, not twice, but multiple times. And it's good to hear that. Mm-hmm. I mean, folks, you ever had one of those times where you're just sort of in a run? I mean, we're going to talk about a run today with two of our guests. But you know when you're in one of those runs, you know, when things are going right.
Yep.
It just seems like things are about to turn the big corner here in the city. I mean, when Seattle wins this weekend against Atlanta, man, this place is about to go crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was here in '79 when we hit the parade. I was here in '96 when Michael Jordan hit us for 43. And man, I tell you, I think it'll be even bigger if they hit Atlanta this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be ridiculous. I mean, look what Atlanta is and where we are, where we've come from. We have a rookie quarterback, like, fighting our way.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous.
Break it down, Lisa. Get crazy today. Break it down. So, you know, I just think about the run. Enjoy the moment. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say here. And I know, Eric, I know you're going to be watching the game this weekend.
Of course.
I know you are. I mean, you're going to walk the cat early, and then you're going to tell the other half, listen, I'm going to watch football because Jopra told me to. And you're going to go down to your favorite chicken wing joint, get a couple buckets, right?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, because on Saturday, my son has asked for chicken wings, so I got to get to work. Because I faked out. I didn't make any chicken last weekend.
I didn't ask you, how did your chicken go?
I just didn't make any chicken.
Did you go to the Indian, or was it Indian restaurant?
You know, we went and got crepes.
You got crepes?
Yes. My wife's pregnant, so things are sort of up and down right now.
Yeah.
You know, we're due. And you know, Rich, you know how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so that's how it is. But we're due today
any
now.
minute now.
Yes. If the buzzer goes off, I got to go. I got to run to the hospital. Because it was
That's
15.
exciting.
It was 15 minutes of labor last time. So who knows how much it's
Really?
going to be this time? Maybe 8. My wife, she's amazing.
Done. Your wife's on the go. She's like, let's go.
No,
Gotta
she
go.
had
I
the-
got things to do
She had
later
the child.
tonight.
She wanted to pack up the bags and go home. She's like, I'm finished. Child's in arm. Let's roll. Well, on the Jopra Show today, you know, we talk about a lot of great things in the restaurant world, but what's about you're going to hear today is about a couple cats who've come a long way. I've known them a long time through the bartending world and working their way up, and they are with probably the hottest restaurant group in Seattle. Nothing against Ethan or nothing against TD, Tom Douglas, but this group is like just they're on that groove. Like I said,
they're hot cakes.
They're very hot. Everything they touch right now is booming. And so we're going to talk to a couple boys from Capitol Hill from Paquitos who are about to, I'd like to say, as Snoop would say, drop it like it's hot, and Von Trapp style. And so they're going to talk about bocce, beer, brats, and more coming up on Capitol Hill. And also, they were bored, so they thought they'd do another concept in another Italian restaurant in Ballard. So I brought in the boys from Poquito today. And they're going to break it out for us after the break and talk a little bit about the success of Poquitos, what it's taken, and also, the fortunate thing, they're just not managers. They're managing partners of this concept and the new one coming forward. So they're going to go a little crazy. So after break, we're going to talk with them. We got Jerry Brewer coming about 2:35 on the Jopra Show. And then, of course, on the town with Lisa went on a date, folks. And you're going to love this one. So that'll be about 2:50 right before we go home today. So this is Joe Janot from the Jopra Show, where we're going on break on Alternative Talk Radio. It's a beautiful day.
If you like the Jopra Show and all its no excuses true,
are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
You need to follow Jopra on Facebook. Just search for the Jopra Show, and on Twitter, it's @Jopra Show. We'll keep you up to date with the latest and greatest about what's coming up on the show, public appearances, and everything that is Jopra approved. Jopra approved.
Is that why you are here?
Wisdom Within is a new talk radio show featuring psychic medium and healer Lindsay Paul and animal intuitive and healer Shauna Fisher. From your lunch break to vacation, from your car to your kitchen, from despair to newfound awareness. Join this enthusiastic duo as they fearlessly tap into the depths of wisdom and help you soar to new heights by answering your ultimate questions. Get your weekly dose of spirituality with a kick of reality rolled into 1 hour. Thursdays at 1 p.m. Get out of your head and tune into your soul.
Every generation needs a voice, and on Mondays at 2 p.m. here on Alternative Talk 1150, Lewis Howard's show, Head of the House, is the voice for the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Head of the House brings education, insight, and information that brings health and healing to the challenges of managing your home, relationships, and your career. Tune in once and you will be hooked. That's Head of the House every Monday at 2 p.m. here on Alternative Talk 1150.
Stay informed with news, traffic, and weather at the top of the hour, weekdays on Alternative Talk, 1150 a.m.
I'm Ken Johnson from Aha Toro Tequila. You're listening to The Jopra Show on Alternative Talk.
Welcome back to The Jopra Show. Joe Janot here on Alternative Talk Radio. And today, big day. We have a lot happening. We got the folks in here from Poquitos talking about their brand new concept. We're going to talk Seahawks with Jerry Brewer about 2:35. And on the town with Lisa, she's back. She's healthy, and the world is good. Today also, we're going to be giving away some gift certificates to go to Poquitos. So give a call in at 425-373-5527 and listen up, because the boys brought all sorts of gift certificates. So I want you guys to give me a call in, say hello to my people, and get straight to it. But if you haven't heard on Capitol Hill, it's blowing up. More and more things are hitting the hill. I mean, I grew up on Capitol Hill.
It's out of control.
That's my hood. I don't know if it's out of control. There's a lot of people up there. The good thing about the Hill, and I'll say this, the good thing about the Hill from a restaurant side, and I'll be straight and honest, is that there's a lot of diversity of restaurants. And that's the thing I like. You're not seeing the same things. And what is about to unload on Capitol Hill, I think will be, it's going to be the talk of the Northwest. Mm-hmm. And this concept, and I've been around a lot of great concepts, and I've seen a lot of great concepts. This concept could go very big if the brainchilds want to do it. And they got the best guys behind them.
Yep.
So in studio today, my man Rich Fox and Dustin Wanton. Is it Watson? Watson?
Watson.
Watson?
Wonton. Thank you very much.
I got Rich Fox and Dustin Watson from Poquitos. Hello, guys. How are you? Sorry to beat up your name, Dustin. My bad.
That's fine. Hello.
How you guys doing today? Good?
Great.
Good. So, guys, I mean, Rich, I've known you since you bartended.
Yes.
And now, man, you come full circle. You guys open up Poquitos. Dustin comes into play to do it with you. And you guys go straight crazy. I mean, within a year's time, I mean, it's the talk of the town within months. And the food and the core got voted best Mexican restaurant. And now here you guys go better. And now you're going to take it even further and open up a spot where you guys are going to have bocce, beer, brats, and more.
Yeah.
And it's
Perfect date.
And it's
you don't even have to go for a walk.
I don't have to go for a walk.
Actually, it's 11,000 square feet. You can just walk inside the space.
And it's and the thing about this place is that the thing about this place. I told you folks that she's feeling healthy and things are going to be interesting today. But I mean, the thing about this is you open a place called Von Trapp's, which Seattle has no idea about this concept. And so, I mean, if you guys could give me a lowdown a little bit about the space, how big it is, so my reviewers can listen to you and go, hey, wow. Because, I mean, bocce. I've played bocce. Mm-hmm. And bocce's a big thing. But now you're going to have, 5 bocce indoor courts? Is that correct?
Yeah, we're opening with 5 indoor, and we're going to build 2 outdoor ones by the spring.
Nice. And it's opening, February, Dustin?
First week.
First week?
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay. And who's going to throw the first bocce?
We might have to Rochambeau for that one.
Ceremonial bocce ball tossing.
I think that the Jopra should get a shot at it.
Jopra, you're down?
I think we should auction off, put the money up, and send it to a charity. First throw. First game, maybe.
I like it.
You like
good
that?
to me.
So, Von Trapp's coming forward. Tell me a little bit about the name, guys. I mean, is it true after a song? Is that right?
Well, the Sound of Music.
The Sound of Music.
There is no other. I'd love to come up with a different story than that, but that is directly where it's coming from.
Nice. And so you guys come up with the idea, and I heard now this concept came before even Bastille happened.
Right.
And for those folks, the group here started Bastille. Then they popped over to Boquitos, McLeod's,
yep.
And then there's more to come, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But you guys come with this idea. Now, I read this right. You guys have all this material coming from where? In Munich? I mean, is it going to be looking like a German pub?
Yeah, so it's so James and Deming, part of their MO, who are partners in Boquitos and McLeod's and Von Trapp's, their what they do is go to their sort of country of inspiration. In this case, going to Bavaria, going to Germany and Austria and some places around there and sourcing. Their thing is design, so they want to go right to the source and find great elements that I think if for people that have been into Boquitos and have been into Bastille and even McLeod's, seeing that really sort of set the places apart from the average restaurant.
Right, because I mean the one thing about Bastille was when you walked in there, you felt like you were back in a small little French little bistro doing its thing, right? And same with Boquitos. When you walk into Boquitos, where'd I go? Where am I? And but it's a great feel that you can actually sort of disappear and feel like you're going somewhere else. So, and are we thinking that? I mean, are we having big steins and brats and all this? Is there gonna be Mr. Bocce?
Mr. Bocce?
I mean, is he gonna be an old guy that comes out and he can just throw strikes?
Actually, well, it's funny. That's one of the things we're having is that we'll have a Bocce host. So part of it is having somebody that. Somebody that's been playing the game for decades we would hope, that can be there and explain the rules. Obviously, we're going to be exposing a lot of people to the sport, especially, I know a lot of people have played in lawns and, parks and stuff like that, just throwing it around, but to have it a little bit more organized onto a court and all that stuff it's going to be a lot of fun.
Man, I tell you
He'll be there, Mr. Bocce.
I definitely have to take a shot at it. Just one day I'd like to be Mr. Bocce. But I want to come in with like a full white suit. I mean, white pants, white shoes. I want, with a cane, too. I want people to think I can't do it. And then I just start throwing strikes.
Would you wear lederhosen?
Oh, yes, dog. Okay. I got to go all white.
All white lederhosen.
All white.
And, of course, big steins. I mean, there's going to be some big steins.
Several different kinds.
Right?
And
how
boots.
many?
Well, we've got
how many beers? Like 20, 30 beers on draft?
We're going to do 24 beers on tap. We'll do another one, at least one in cask condition. And we'll have a bunch more in the bottle. We're really just going to fill up our fridge space with whatever we can fit. So, but we're hoping total we'd like to have 100. I think is kind of a target number for it between tap and bottle.
Right.
But the beer program is something that we're really excited about. We're going to be able to sell growlers.
Growlers.
Wonton.
Wonton.
Yeah. We're going to be able to sell growlers off site. So it's going to be really dynamic. So about 12 of the beers are going to be fixed, and then a lot of the other 12 will be rotating. Basically every day, a few of those we'll be bringing new stuff on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I went by there, checked it out. I mean, it looks awesome. And I know that building. I used to go in there for a party once in a while.
Really?
We'll take that off the air.
Would that be the hookah bar in the back?
We'll take it off the air. But I can say that space has come a long way.
Yeah.
I mean, also, you guys are right next door. The space is up on 12th. It's a couple doors down from Cannon. and right next to Lark. So to give you some idea,
I'm just wondering if
you
you were wearing the lederhosen when you went to there before.
No, actually, we were. No, forget about that. So so that's cool. I mean, and this is going to happen. And are you guys going to be up at Poquitos and Von Tropps? Are you doing both? I mean, is Jamie and Demi going to have you guys running both shows?
We're going to be doing a little bit of both. I think in the beginning, our attentions are going to be
going both.
Yeah. Our attentions are going to be in Von Tropps in the beginning, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, we've got some great people that have been with us since the beginning at Poquitos that have kind of elevated up into management and allowed us to take our attention somewhere else a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so then at the same time, is there a thought that there's going to be another Von Trapp after? Because I know James.
Yeah.
And James is like already he's planning year 220 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's thinking year 2021, 22. I mean, he's way down there.
Yeah, I think that the way. Well, just for that reason, I mean, there's not a overt plan to open up another one, but I think with those guys, they don't even seek a lot of stuff out. I think that they've had such success with what they've opened that a lot of people seek them out.
Right.
So our attitude is that we're going in there with a 1-year plan. So basically, like Dustin and I are going in there with the idea that we need to be ready for anything.
Sure.
At the end of this year, who knows what they're going to walk in the door with.
And guys, I'm in the restaurant world. When do y'all sleep? I mean, you're going to have 2 restaurants. You got a wife and 11-month-old. When do you guys sleep?
What sleep?
Okay, good. You're right with me then.
What else can you tell us about Von Trapp? So you got the bocce, but what else? Like bars, food. What else do you have going on there?
We're kind of excited because I think that what the nice thing about the space is, so the 3 components really are the beer program and the cocktail program, which Eric Carlson, who works over at sort of our step-sibling restaurant, Bastille, he's developing that, and it'll be featuring beer cocktails, so cocktails that incorporate beer as an ingredient. And then the food program, one of the sous chefs from Bastille is coming over to be our executive chef. He's sort of the Bastille sausage guy. And so we're going to be making all the sausage in-house, even down to Frankfurters, which is something that is a pretty ambitious thing to do and not a lot of places. We don't know of another restaurant in the city that's doing that, in the city of Seattle. So that'll be that, and also doing sort of tradition German and Austrian fare along with that with schnitzel and spätzle and some of the standards.
Right.
And then
do I get a big pretzel?
You can get a big pretzel. I don't know if it's arms over your head big pretzel, but it's a sizable pretzel.
All right. I like a good pretzel.
Yeah. And then we've got the gaming element. So you got bocce. We're going to have skee ball in there. We'll have shuffleboard. We've built a couple mezzanines into the space. It's a big warehouse.
It's a big warehouse.
With the mezzanines, it's about 11,000 square feet. So it's a 420 person capacity. So.
Wow.
And you guys know about bocce. I mean, bocce's big. I mean, it's the second biggest sport that involves the ball after soccer.
I did not know that. That's news.
Outside of Wonton today, Jopra did us. All right. And so, I mean, just a couple of things. And also, the national championship happens to be in California.
What?
Yes.
Well.
Yeah. And so,
of course.
Yeah. So I'm going to take it a step further. Yeah. I mean, would the Washington Bocce Championships be at Von Tropps here in the next year?
Well,
because we got to send the team.
Do you want to let them down?
No. I think that we'd like to focus on Oktoberfest first.
I'm assuming that Oktoberfest is in play. And by the way, the Jopra Show will be live at the Bocce Oktoberfest.
Yeah?
We'll Von Trapp up with everybody.
I can see it.
And we're going to put Lisa in a beautiful blue... Dirndl, yes.
I was waiting for that one. I was waiting. I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yes. We did have somebody interview for a job who showed up in a full traditional dirndl that she bought at Oktoberfest last year.
That's fun.
She was hired.
She was hired.
I was going to say she got the job,
She got the job, yes.
She did.
Nice.
And so within the Von Trapp world, I mean, tell me, it will be open 7 days a week?
Yes.
Okay. And it will be like reservations like a pool hall? You'll reserve it? Mm-hmm. Or can you just walk in and grab one?
Yeah, it's going to be both.
Both? Okay.
With the 5, we'll have some of them that you can reserve, which will obviously be a big part of the business there. It's a great place for any sort of event or party or anything. But we also want to make sure that there's a couple that are walk-in only just so that people can just come in and get on a wait list if need be.
And it's a big spot. You're 420 seats.
Yeah.
And that's a good space. Is it going to be like? Are we looking at a big bar too? I mean, is it a long?
It's a horseshoe bar for the main bar. It has 42 seats, so it's a big one. And then there's a second bar in the back.
In the back,
yeah.
You guys have some really nice, crafty named bartenders coming in too to work for you. I don't know if I'm allowed to.
We do have some crafty names, bartenders.
Say them, but you guys do have some really known nice housed bartenders coming to work with you.
We do.
So-
We've got, just because of the sake that I'm not sure who has given notice where, but actually we know that, as a matter of fact, one of our neighbors that bartends at Cannon is going to also work part-time for us, which is great.
I'm very excited.
You know Brian.
Yes, I do.
And we've got people coming from that have experience at Tavern Law, and some of the more are in 74 and some of the places that are a little bit more cocktail focused, a little more crafty. And that obviously what's nice is what we like about that. Our bar managers coming over from Quinn's is they're people that really are interested and passionate about what they're doing. They're not just getting pulling a shift and stepping behind the bar and dealing with it. They're really invested in learning about the beer knowledge that a lot of these people have is far beyond really anything we even have because they just love it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun to
You mean,
have
Dustin,
that
we
component.
can't go and have a cosmopolitan, man? What?
You can have a very good cosmopolitan.
Come on, that was the drink Rich and I be making.
That was
back
the
in
pinnacle.
The day.
Yeah, the pinnacle.
That was our stepping
Was it a
stone.
Cosmo or was it a lemon drop? Which do you want?
What you want? One with
white
sugar,
cranberry.
one without.
Yeah, white cranberry was a big evolution in the cosmopolitan world.
That was a turning point.
I can see through it.
So then let's talk about your guys' program. I mean, you became managing partners. So James, Demi, that's their thing. They like to bring the people around them, bring the right people around them, put together a nice team formula, and then boom, you make them partners. I mean, how's that feel? I mean, you don't hear this. That doesn't happen often around the city.
Right.
So did you guys embrace that part of it, being managing partners, or was it a little?
Other than being totally grateful for the opportunity to be in a position like that,
Well
I think
said.
that it really does something for the environment of the restaurants where they are kind of the people running them are intrinsically interested in their success and happy to be where they are. And I think that we've built something really cool at Poquitos that we're really excited to kind of extrapolate out and continue with, where everyone that's there feels like they're part of something, not just working for the man.
And you can feel that when you go to Poquitos, you definitely get a feeling of being in a restaurant where everyone has a little bit of ownership in it.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I mean, realistically, I mean, Dustin was bartending up until a few months ago. Matt, his partner, who was obviously also an owner, is a server there. So, you feel it, taking ownership actually might literally be happening because your server might be.
I had the opportunity to opening Poquitos with these guys, and it's really, they do put all their heart, and you enjoy working for them and knowing that it is the bottom line and it is a fun environment, and they want you to enjoy it, and they want you to have fun, but also it is their baby.
No,
so
it is.
It was really fun working
It
with
is.
them.
Well, and this is going to be an exciting thing. I'll be very. I mean, when we had people from Q on, I said I thought it would change the nightclub scene in Seattle, and it has quickly. With the whole theme of people get to hang out and bocce up, hit some steins and eat bratwurst and big pretzels.
Yes.
And hang out with my man Wonton. I think it's going to be
Sounds fun.
I think it's a win-win. Do you guys see yourselves in the next another year? I mean, we got to talk about it. I mean, with the Seattle Supersonics coming down the road, which I do believe is going to happen. And when we talk to Jerry Brewer today, we'll know more. But with the Sonics going down the road, I mean, I have to think that James and Demi, I know that the phone can't stop ringing for those boys.
Yeah.
Would you guys be interested in doing a project down in Soto, or if so, maybe even doing in the arena itself?
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking about. I have to admit, I grew up in outside of Detroit, and have always been a huge hockey fan. So for me, I am supporting everything that's happening with the Sonics, because of all my friends and family that live here that are huge fans of that. I couldn't be more excited, but selfishly, I also really want a hockey team. And if there's any chance of all of this process coming through, and for us to potentially be a part of doing concessions or building a bar or a restaurant in the arena, I would jump at it.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm with you.
I'm sure
Rich.
I'm not the only one, but
no. And Rich, I tell you this: there's a lot of hockey fans in Seattle, more than we can even tell. Yeah. There's a lot of hockey fans, and you're probably right in one thing, that when the Sounders started, how big that rose and how quickly that momentum gained. You can see that with the hockey team quickly too.
Yeah.
And Dustin, are you into the hoops at all? Are you hockey or hoops or bocce, right, Bob?
Bocce.
Okay. His eyes got really big, just so everybody knows. His eyes got really big. Like, don't ask me any questions. Don't ask me any questions.
I was hoping we'd avoid that subject.
I'm going to tell you this. I bet you that I go down to see Dustin on some afternoon, and he's going left, right on the bocce floor.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he's knocking people out
Double
3, 4 in the
arm.
morning. We just got to go home. One more game. We just got to go home.
That's the one
It's
thing
not
about
that they're
having
not
bocce
competitive,
courts
yeah.
inside of your restaurant and bar is I'm sure that the cleaning crew is going to show up a couple times. We're going to have to lay down some ground rules like, okay, when the sun rises,
Right, bocce's
no
gotta
more
stop.
bocce for the bar staff that's
Bocce's-
hanging out.
And in the
you know.
wintertime, that's a great thing. No, at sunrises, you're there for a long time.
Yeah, good point. I better change that. Let me revise that.
How many? Before we go to break, I want to ask one question to you guys. How many courts are outside?
There will be 2.
And is it covered and then open up? Or
No,
both?
I think that we may put up an awning. Part of the thing that we actually like about the idea of having outdoor courts, although of course having an awning would allow for use, year round, which we always have to consider. But we kind of like, having it be exposed and having it be a little more open and feeling, really appreciating the fact that you are outdoors. We don't want to. Originally, we had talked about even enclosing it, but we're going away from that. So
nice.
We'll figure that out. It is nice, just sort of like our atrium area at Poquitos, having something that can be covered and heated is
And
good for
your
everybody.
Stay warm.
It's good for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the theme also with Bastille. You guys sort of incorporated that, all the stores you guys have opened. So I like it. I mean, I can't wait. And that's going to be up on Capitol Hill. It's 2 doors down from Cannon, right next to Lark. It's the big red building. Well, no longer
No
big.
longer.
No
Big white
longer
building.
big white building
now.
now. And I think it's going to be awesome. And I know
I'm
the
excited.
Seattle University folks are going to be all over you.
Yeah.
They are going to leave law school early just so they can bocce up.
We're ready.
And get there
Yeah.
crazy. We're going to go to break, and then we're going to come right back. We're going to talk to Jerry Brewer with us from the Seattle Times and talk a little bit about the Supersonics. And, fellas, I'd love to have you be a part of it, so don't go anywhere. We're going to go to break here on the Jopra Show on our Turn of Talk. We'll be right back.
Advertising on The Jopra Show is a great and affordable way to have people stand up and take notice of your business. When you advertise with Jopra, you reach an audience that's smart, savvy, and is receptive to your message. For more information, email Joe at joprashow@gmail.com. That's joprashow@gmail.com.
If you love dogs, tune in to The Dog Show with Julie Forbes, live every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. We'll talk about everything dog and interview authors, experts, and amazing organizations, both locally and nationally. And don't even get me started on the pet food industry. I'm Julie Forbes. Find us online at www.dogradioshow.com and also as a free podcast on iTunes. The Dog Show with Julie Forbes, an evolved perspective on life with dogs.
Yo, what up, Northwest? It's your boy E-Dog in the building from 1150 KKNW Ease Way. I see it no other way. Every Sunday night from 6 to 9, we bring you local vocals, backyard boogie. That's our job. It's your boy E-Dog, Shorty, Twin, Tammy J, Focus, and 2.1, and my DJ Mouse Wayne. Every Sunday night from 6 to 9. I want to see y'all tune in. If you want to hear some of the greatest and latest from the Northwest, this is the source. Ease Way Radio. I see it no other way.
Spread the word. Your favorite shows are on Alternative Talk, 1150 AM.
I'm Scott Smith from Q Nightclub. You're listening to The Jopra Show.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Seattle going hard to the finish. This motivation gets you feel the ambition of a team who ain't quitting till we come out as winners. They already know that Lynch is beastin', Sherman, Chancellor, highlight features. Westfield still packed when we're undefeated. 12th man got an earthquaking underneath it. Great offense, great defense.
Welcome back to the Jopra Show here, and if you just joined us, we just were blessed today to have my man Dustin, Dr. Dre, Wonton Watson, and Rich Fox, and from Boquitos, and getting ready to start off Von Trapp up on Capitol Hill. But lucky to segue into one of the great ones of Seattle, Mr. Jerry Brewer from the Seattle Times. Jerry, what's happening, my man?
Nothing much. Just trying to win playoff games, trying to get an NBA team back here.
Jerry, I mean, you were on the show with us, 8 weeks ago, and we talked about the Sonics and talked about the possibilities. Where are we at now? How close are we?
I want to say relatively close. I don't think that's imminent yet because the Maloofs are infamous for backing out of deals, and their demands are very high, maybe even unrealistic. But here's the deal. It's for the first time since we lost the Sonics. There's an opportunity to get a team, and there's an owner who's willing to sell. And so this is significant. It has to be the Kings if it's going to happen quickly. And I think that the big issue is going to be, how much is that Chris Hansen, Steve Ballmer money going to talk? Because they got a lot of money. And if you're the Maloofs who are struggling financially, you need to take this deal.
Right. And is it true that the story's out that there could be a person in Los Angeles that's looking to maybe help out Sacramento City, or is that just hearsay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some last-ditch efforts to kind of keep basketball back in Sacramento. And let's admit, I mean, those fans have been good. They haven't done anything wrong. This is just the ridiculousness of NBA business and their love for fancy new palaces to try to help their owners make money. So, it's not over by any means. I think even if the Maloofs decide to sell to Chris Hansen, it's going to be a long, litigious battle on a lot of fronts. But, ultimately, I think that it's more likely than not, now that they're negotiating, that they're going to be able to put together a deal that brings the Kings to Seattle.
Nice. And is the time frame, is it realistic, like November, when the NBA season kicks off next year, that this team could be in Seattle?
There's a lot of moving parts there, but I think it can be done. You would have to, whatever's on the books to be booked there at Key Arena during the winter would have to be changed, revised, but I think that's a very small thing. I think you could have a team here in a realistic amount of time. Now, that arena it was a bad NBA arena when the Sonics left, and they've pretty much just kind of done nothing to improve it since then. So the state and the quality of the arena for a 2013-2014 season would not be ideal. But again, I think it's something that you can work around. If you're going to get a team, let's say they get this done in February. Well, that gives you 9 months to kind of improve the arena and create the infrastructure for it to work here next year.
Nice. And so then, going forward, the city is a buzz. ESPN Take, everybody was talking about it this morning, all around the nation. And this is good for Seattle. I think we're coming and looking to go around this corner from a sports side, and it's good to see nationally. What's your take from a national point? This is good stuff. Hawks, Sonics, it's good for Seattle, yes?
Oh, absolutely. I think that this month has done a lot to improve the image, change how Seattle is perceived in terms of sports. If the Seahawks could somehow get in there, make a run to the NFC Championship game, make a run to the Super Bowl, and you get the Sonics back in the same month, and that's unbelievable. And people nationally want the Sonics to be back. They were a member of the NBA for 41 years. People got used to the fact that there was a Seattle Supersonics, and so I think outside of Sacramento, who doesn't want to lose their team, I think everyone is all for Seattle getting an NBA team back.
Yeah, I think so. It's time. We're on the crest. And speaking of which, I know you got to fly out, go to Atlanta this weekend. Let's talk Hawks for a few minutes. How do we look? Is this a game we can win?
I believe it is. I think it's Atlanta's really good now, and their passing game is. You start talking about Matt Ryan, who's a quality quarterback, and their receivers, Julio Jones and Roddy White, tight end Tony Gonzalez. They have a solid slot receiver and Harry Douglas. They got a lot of weapons. They can score a lot of points. But that's strength on strength when you talk about the Seahawks, with Richard Sherman and Brandon Browner on the outside as cornerbacks. Pretty much outside of passing the ball, Atlanta doesn't do anything better than the Seahawks do.
Right.
And the reason that I'm going to give the Seahawks an edge is because it's real. The pressure that's on Matt Ryan, who's never won a playoff game, and his coach, Mike Smith, who's never won a playoff game, is real. And if you look at the Falcons, They used to be a team that used to run the ball really well. Now they don't. So all the pressure is on their young quarterback who's never won a playoff game. He might wind up having to throw the ball 45 times against a very opportunistic defense. There's going to be interceptions to be had. There's going to be mistakes that Ryan makes. If it's all on his shoulders against an elite defense like the Seahawks can be, I don't like that scenario, especially in Atlanta where those fans really don't believe that team can do it. They're looking for the trap door. So it's going to be a really intense environment, a really tense environment, I should say, if the Seahawks can make that a game, can get ahead. I think you're going to see the Falcons kind of buckle under the pressure of needing to win.
Nice. And you know, the spread is starting to show that. Opened up at 3, now down to 2.5. Rich Fox put down his money today, so it dropped another half.
Yep.
And
I was waiting for the half.
You're waiting for the half.
Yep.
And so, I mean, that tells me that the money's starting to swing a little bit. I mean, give me a score, Jerry. I mean, if you were going to call it, give me a score.
Well, I want to call it 28-21 Seahawks.
And well, I mean, who's going to be the MVP of this game for Seattle?
You know, you give it. How about let's go to special teams and let's go to Leon Washington. It looks like a guy who's been. It seems like he has come close to breaking one. I could see him returning a punt or a kickoff for a touchdown in this game.
Nice. I like the call. I like the Leon Washington call. I take that. I'm going to take MVP of the game. Is going to be mine. Is going to be Sidney Rice. I just think he's due. I think it's been a while. He's been quiet for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, they've targeted him like 3 times in the last 3 games. Yeah. They need to get Sidney the ball.
Well, you know, Sidney took out Russell to get some food last week and just sort of stay him straight. So we should be okay. We should make something work. We should make something work. Well, Jerry, man, thanks for coming on the show today on the Jopra Show. I really appreciate you taking the time out. Jerry Brewer from the Seattle Times, folks.
Thanks, Jer.
Appreciate it, Jerry. Have a great trip, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks.
You got it. Well, I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Rich? I mean, MVP, Leon Washington. I like it. I like the call.
I like it.
I was going to go one of the DBs.
Were you going to go DB?
I was.
Which one?
I like Busta Rhymes' little brother, Richard Sherman.
Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, he looks like Busta Rhymes, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
I never thought about that.
Yes.
It's a good.
Busta Rhymes. I'm going to have to call him over. I'll go down to the field. Hey, Sherman.
See if he responds.
Right? Busta.
He's probably mic'd up.
Yeah, he probably is.
I think, if they're going to be airing it out a lot, those guys are going to be put to the test. So, opportunity to pick 6.
What do you see the score?
Me?
Yeah.
I was going to say 28-24.
Ooh.
28-24.
Jopra?
Yeah.
I wrote down here and I said 38-10.
Whoa.
Wow.
I say 38-10. I think we're going to get to Matt Ryan early and get him rattled, and the run's going to begin. And little by little, we're just going to dominate the game.
Yeah?
Yeah. What about Deion, Dr. Dre, Wonton Watson?
Score?
Seahawks
win.
Nice. Good answer.
Wilson.
Nice. Wilson.
Nice.
That's not the volleyball, Dustin.
That's the MVP, right?
Yeah.
That's not the volleyball.
The jersey.
You've heard it here first on the Jopra Show. Lots of good things going on. Jerry Brewer making a good call. I love Jerry Brewer. He's my boy, man. He's a great guy. And there's some points out there. There's some scores. So we're definitely looking for a W. And to segue into that, we got to talk about, Sunday's coming up, 10 a.m. game. Where are we watching the game?
Mm-hmm.
There's an interesting thing about Seattle.
Next year, Von Traps.
Next year, Von Traps.
I got to think, but it's an interesting thing, and you guys can definitely help me with this. Why does the Seattle not have the sports bar? Like the spot? I mean, there's a lot of little spots, the Buckleys and the Sports and the 95 Slides and all that, but where's the spot?
That's a good question. I mean, I know that they do a decent job down at the folks down at Spitfire do a good job.
Spitfire do a good job, but, like I say, where's the? If you're going to bring a cat from New York for a sports bar, where's the one? Where's there going to be 500 Seahawk jerseys, people frothing at the mouth at 9:30 drinking Bloody Marys, chicken wings are pouring out at at noon.
I'm just going to say, every time there's a Seahawks Sunday, you walk into Pesos, they have the brunch and they have the thing. It's not a sports bar, but you go in there, everybody's chanting, everybody's high-fiving, everybody's got jerseys, everybody's drinking. I mean,
yeah, but there's not actually even a game on when all that stuff is going on. That's just like a Tuesday, like 2 p.m.
Back when Rich was rolling there, that was just on Tuesday, Monday,
I put my time in at Pesos.
Right,
I remember.
Right? I don't know. I just think like Seattle needs a spot.
I mean, sport is a nice sports bar.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like it's for people that live in Seattle as much, so I think that's part of it.
But Sluggers used to be a good place to go.
Where's that?
Sluggers?
Oh, you're right. Old school.
Yeah.
That's way back.
Sluggers used to be good. I remember you sit along that wall and just watch all the TVs.
Just seems like Seattle doesn't have the spot.
Yeah. Well, one of the reviewers, actually, she's a food critic. She brought that up. She moved here from Houston or something, and she was saying that in the big cities, and part of it, right now we don't have a basketball team, we don't have a hockey team, so maybe that's part of it. But she was saying there isn't that sort of upscale, nice sports bar, a place that they've spent a lot of money, a lot of TVs, a lot of design, a lot of great food, all that stuff.
Right.
That hasn't all come together. Maybe.
Well, I'm sure that James and Demi, you know how that goes. Well, let's segue into what we do best around here on the Jopra Show, and that's the last part of our show. Always talking about On the Town with Lisa. And folks, if you haven't heard, even her weeks of her deathbed move, and on the verge of having to get submitted in the hospital because she was so sick that Eric couldn't even get a hold of her. She was out getting some coffee, folks, and she actually got a date. Well, I'm just gonna let you explain this one, Lisa, because you got to hear this, folks. This is gonna be good. Lisa, tell them about your date that you just had last weekend.
So I was getting coffee, and I was I had my little dog, Coco, with me. Coco's a little English bulldog. We were standing in line. There was a guy behind us. We started talking, and he liked Coco. And he asked me if I wanted to sit. He goes, do you want to have coffee? I go, well, I'm at the coffee shop. I'm getting coffee. He's like, no, would you like to sit and have coffee? So I was like, all right. So we sat and we talked, and then he asked what I was doing, and I said I was going to go walk my dog. So he walked with me through the Seattle Center, down to the waterfront, and back up, and then asked if I'd like to go have dinner out sometime. So I gave him my phone number. And you thought that nobody'd want to take a walk with me.
No. I said last week was no one wants to on a date to take a walk in the park.
You were thinking like nighttime.
No, I said a walk in the park. Eric was here. Come on, Eric. We all started laughing when she said, I'd love to have someone take me a walk in the park, right?
Well, the weather was much like it is today, so I could see how.
Well, what's so wrong with taking a walk? You have to talk when you take a walk.
I didn't have any problem with that. I just said walk in the park.
Like that was the perfect way to screen out crazy.
Yes.
If you meet somebody and you take them for a quick walk, you can see, okay, not crazy. Let's go from there.
I mean, come on. Some dudes you just don't go to the park with on the first date.
Well,
I'm probably smart enough to figure that one out. Well, maybe. I have problems. Okay. So I know I've anyway.
So segue.
So it went well, though.
So
it did go well.
It went well.
Did go well.
Okay. What's the gentleman's name?
Tom.
All right. And so let me ask you something. Did you think it was a little weird that he was paying attention to your dog while in line a little bit? I mean, that is
Have
that's
you
pimping.
seen how darn cute my dog is?
That's like pimping 101. Use the animal to get to the part, get to the train.
I'm not saying that I don't use my dog to get people to talk to me, and I know that walking a dog is.
But isn't that like warning? I mean, if I brought the women of Seattle in here proper to talk about warnings, wouldn't that be like one of your guys' warnings?
The guy that approaches you because of your dog?
Yes.
I think that's the reason why you have a dog.
Okay. All right. So
the conversation started.
So the dog is the dog is
it's like one of those double-edged swords. That's why, like, I've had guy friends of mine be like, "Hey, Lisa, can I go take your dog to the dog park so he can meet?" And I was like, "Sure." Like, she's a magnet.
Okay.
I think for guys, though, it's a little more important because guys obviously do not have to fight off women coming up trying to find a reason to talk to them.
Right.
Women are a little different. The guys are going to approach you for any manner of things. They might compliment your hair, your shirt, whatever. But guys need the dog.
Yeah, they need the dog.
Guys want the dog.
Yeah, we want the dog.
The cuter, the better.
Right? On the Town Lisa does not need the dog.
They'll borrow babies.
Right? Babies run all the time.
Yep.
Babies is a big key. Mm-hmm. But girls do not want you walking your cat.
No, walking the cat.
They don't want you walking the cat.
I bet if you walk your cat, you'll get more people talking to you than
walk your dog. I can barely walk my dog, man. I'm trying
your
to tell
dog
you.
is crazy.
My dog is crazy.
It's crazy.
Are you talking a cat on a leash?
That's right. Hey, this is things that I've been told.
We did have a neighbor that did that. It was strange.
It's strange, isn't it?
Right?
It is strange.
Most people don't walk their cat.
Yeah.
Right. So then,
somebody walking their cat, that's the guy you're not taking a walk in the park with.
Lisa, well, the cat's walking them usually.
Right. So then, guys, Rich, Dustin, Lisa, let's talk about if Tom came back for the second date, which sounds like it's going to happen. What would be like the top 5 things or top things he should do on that second date? Because second date, I always say, is a big thing. That's the play, right? You got to see the card, see your hand and card. Now the play happens, right? Mm-hmm. Poker begins.
Poker.
So then, Lisa, of course, he's got to call you because there's no texting.
No texting yet. You can't text me on the date yet.
So you've already had coffee.
You already had coffee.
So you can move on to another food and drink
moment. A beverage. Adult beverage, preferably.
Introduce food.
He's got to call you first.
Yes, he has to call.
Second move would be to go out for a drink of some sort.
Yeah. Cocktails
involved.
Yeah.
Now, on the Jopra Show, I've said many times that no cocktails should be involved until the third date. That's just me. I've seen so many dates go bad.
I think you have to have a limit on the second date.
There's never a limit. Once the booze begins.
The expiration date?
Yeah.
Still there?
Yeah.
Once the booze begins, it's only a Jameson shot away, and then the morning is the walk of shame. All right?
Oh, that won't happen on
Number
the second
3.
date.
So he picks you up, go out for a cocktail. Number 3. Because Tom needs to know what your expectations are here.
I want to do something or what are you asking me? Like, what kind of date? Where do I want to go, or what am I expecting from him?
What's the second date going to
I want to do something fun. Like, take me to go play bocce. Go play buck hunter. Yeah, bocce.
Bocce would be good.
Hunter. Something where you're interacting and there's stuff going on, but
so it's like bocce or shooting pool or skeet pool.
Ski pool.
Ski pool. Ski ball.
Rolling wontons. Watching Warriors on DVD.
Because you've already gone on the walk.
We went on the walk, so now it's time to do something fun.
Okay.
Do something fun, something interactive.
What about cooking together? Or a cooking class? Not too weird?
I
Well,
think
that's like
too
fourth
soon.
or fifth.
Yeah, I was
Fourth
going
or
to say
fifth
that's
day?
fourth
That's
or
down the
fifth.
line.
Yeah.
All right. If you guys are going out, are you going out late in the evening or just an early bird just to go have a drink and chat for a little while?
End of happy hour, beginning of dinner time.
Okay.
So that there's an option.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right.
Setting it
So
up.
you
You're setting it up.
can, yeah.
And
you can still get your way out if you need to.
Yeah.
You still
What
got
are
a
you
way
wearing
out.
on the second date? Is it still pants and big boots, or does the
Yeah,
gear
jeans,
take a
cute top, probably now, maybe a little V-neck.
V-neck?
Yeah, little.
Okay.
So
Is
if I
perfume
do
in
have
play?
to- Perfume is in play.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And so should Tom be dressing up now? Should he bring something nice, or does he just can bring his
He can
Adidas
still
gear?
wear. He can. No, you better not be showing up in khakis or a running suit. Like, not happening. Sorry.
For all the people.
What about a khaki running
Tom's
suit?
listening at
khaki
home,
running
taking
suit.
notes.
Or like a
tracksuit.
Tiva or something like that. That's
Okay.
just unacceptable.
So the date goes well. He calls you, go out and have a good drink. You go play some bocce. You do something fun, entertaining
Yeah.
at Von Trapp's. You're out till about 9:30. Date's coming to end. Is there a kiss on the second date?
I think there's a cheek kiss, maybe a peck, but don't slip the tongue.
Okay, well,
Dramatic pause.
that's how it goes down on the second date.
Is there a third date then?
Is there a third date if things go well?
If things go well, yeah.
Okay, so then next week we could talk about the third date.
Well, we got to see how the second date goes.
Well, that's where we're hoping it's going to go good. I mean, Rich, we're going to
luck.
call him.
Thanks.
And Dustin's going to be on
I'm
play
sure
with
he's
this.
at
We're
home
gonna-
taking notes.
right now. Tom's like
I
going
don't think I told him I did.
Taking off his khaki pants.
put on his new Nike outfit, slapping on some cologne, and getting ready to
That's
walk
right.
the cat.
With his Drakkar.
Right? Oh, wow.
Wow. Flashback to 1988.
We all say
Yeah,
that because we wore it.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, I still got Old Spice on. Don't be angry.
I think
Old
a
and
friend of mine
spicy.
got that for Christmas from like their mother. Like,
Hey, that's
they
the-
were
that
like,
is-
"Oh, you used to like
that's
this
the-
when you were younger," and he's like, "Yeah, Mom, I'm in my 30s now." That was when I was
That's
That's the dream play. All right, so we got the second date down. I mean, we know what's going to happen here. I mean, Eric, what do you think? I mean, has Tom got a chance?
He sounds like he's got his head on his shoulders so far. It seems like
he took a spontaneous walk
He
on the
did.
first,
And
on
it
the
was
first
a
date,
long
not
walk.
unplanned date. I think that speaks to something.
Was it raining too?
was a little sprinkly out. And I was sick too, so like, mind you, I was still coughing up a lung, and he still was willing to walk with me.
So he's prepared to take a chance.
He's prepared to take a chance. Yeah. I just think this.
Clearly, he's interested.
Lisa, he's not from Seattle. I know he's not. Where's he from?
L.A.
Dun, 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 dun.
So maybe the third date is me hopping on a plane going to L.A.
I like that one.
Okay.
Sunshine in the city.
No bocce down there, right?
So he's on vacation? What was he doing in Seattle?
He's up here for family.
Okay. So he's trying to get dates while he's visiting his family?
Oh, no, you haven't heard the best of this part. Guess what he's up here for? He ain't just visiting family. Guess what the line he used on her? Tell him.
This is appropriate to put on the radio.
Okay, he came up here for his mom had health issues.
Okay.
That's all.
And so he's using that time
basically,
to look for ladies.
is what Joe is saying is like, I'm falling into this trap, a manly trap.
Ladies and gentlemen on the
Jopra Show.
Show.
If I am, fine. He came out. I went on a couple dates, which we just said that I hadn't, and I am. And he leaves, and I had fun. He had fun.
There you
You
go.
I can say this. Pimping 101 is occurring at this point in time. And all these moves are in my book that I published back in 1988. Using
Maybe he
the
is
dog
a
as
Jopra graduate.
The dog is an entry gate. The old "I'll walk with you to show you my sensitive tide."
The sick mom.
The sick mom move. Warning, warning, warning. This is not Jopra approved. That's for sure.
And I was so wanting to hear the Jopra approved.
But
Jopra approved.
There it is.
Now I got to get a not.
Right? Can you dig it? So I'd say this, Lisa. I say date 3. I'm saying a casual lunch at Poquitos, margarita, stay in your comfort zone around people you know.
So gotta get date 2 down.
Or date 2, go for a Poquitos, casual lunch, walk around Capitol Hill, cool things, check out some artwork or some other restaurants, and then keep it there. Done by 3 and move forward. But if you
you want a lunch date?
Yes, that's it. That's
Well,
when.
that's a good
Rich,
one.
what do you think, Dustin?
Yeah. I like
Lunch date? Would you play that move?
Safe.
It's a safe too. But
Yeah.
I think the dog cannot be in play for number 2.
Got to see how he does without the dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you were walking with him, was he constantly talking to the dog? Like,
No.
Oh, like
Didn't
cute
really
little
talk
Coco.
to Coco. Didn't really. Once we started walking, Coco was
Disappeared.
Not even.
I like
Entry.
that. I like that. I like that. Good call. See, Dustin's with me on this one too.
Yeah. Once we started walking, Coco was like, whatever.
I can't wait to talk to your sister afterwards. She's going to give you the straight lowdown on all this. This will be good. Well, I say this. Dating's tough. There's nothing easy about it, especially in Seattle. It's one of the hardest places to date. And on the Jopra Show, we try to tap into this stuff and see where we're going. And thank you for Lisa Martin for sort of being our go-to, keeping us real about it. And don't put your lip out. And we sort of go from there. But I think one of the to see it's about good communication. Have a chance to meet somebody. It's hard to do. We all know that. We've all been blessed that we have someone significant with us, and that's what it is. That's what it is. But the best thing that's going on right now is that date 2 is going to happen for you, and we'll just see. We'll just see.
Yes. The best thing that's happening right now is the supersonic talk. I'm sorry. The good thing that I got date 2, but I can't stop thinking about having supersonics and wearing my god awful green and yellow combination again.
I think that I think we're gonna be close. I mean, I know that Eric, you put together some supersonic stuff for us. So on the end of the show today on the Jopra Show, I want to thank everybody coming. Dustin Watson's in town. Rich Foxwood in town from Poquitos. Owners.
Thanks,
co-pods.
guys.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
Von Trapp is coming next month. Dustin Wonton Soup is going to be in play in the new restaurant.
Dustin Wonton.
and Rich Fox is the man, man. You do a great job, and you live up to all the hype. I want you to know that. It's great to hear you. Great for you guys' success. And don't forget, when Mr. Bocce comes, I'd like to audition for it. I want to get the white on. And I can go left or right. I'm ambidextrous. So just watch out, because I'll be botching late. I'll be doing the 5 o'clock a.m. knock. Hey, guys, let me in the back.
I've got the leader hoses on.
I got the leader hoses on, and I got my cats in the car. So thanks for coming in today. And we're going to close on the Jopra Show with a little bit of a sonic intro, just to sort of keep the hope alive, keep the fire. Lisa Martin, Eric Ryder, I'm Joe Janot from the Jopra Show. I'll see you guys next week. We'll be talking coffee. We'll be talking Seahawks victory. And we'll talk about the Von Trapp opening just because they got big screens in there and we can watch the Seahawks game. Have a good weekend. Take care.
Pacific Division champions, your Seattle Supersonics. And today's